Hi, and welcome to my guide. I've always wanted to do that, I really have. Until the King, Slayer Music, posts his quest guide, I'm going to put a day one quest guide out here for you guys, for those of you who want to complete the quest now. But there's no Slayer Music guide, so don't worry, Link Ocarina is here. An unlikely candidate, but we're going to get you through this quest. The quest requirements for the quest are the Restless Ghost, Priest in Peril, Nature Spirit, In Search of Mirror Key, In Aid of Mirror Key, Darkness of Hallavale, A Taste of Hope, and Vampire Slayer. The skill requirements are 62 woodcutting, 60 fletching, 56 crafting, 52 agility, 50 slayer, 50 attack, and 49 magic. What you will need is any axe, preferably one that you can use to attack with as well. Firewatch outfit or 2000 GP. We're going to be buying the Firewatch outfit during the quest, so if you don't have it, don't worry. But if you do have the Firewatch outfit, keep it in your bank. The Evander's Flail, a cut ruby, a knife, and 1 cosmic rune and 5 fire runes. Having access to the fairy rings would be very, very helpful because we're going to be using that. If you don't have access to the fairy rings, I would bring an ectophile. Bring around 20k GP just to be safe. Any pickaxe, again, one preferably you're able to attack with as well. A hammer, stamina potions. I've gone with Antidote. It's super cheap in the GE and gives you 12 minutes of protection. The Draken's Medallion, which you got from the quests previously. And the Morytania Legs 3, if you don't have them, don't worry, I'm going to be using the Ectophile instead. As always, make sure you've got your Graceful on, and I would advise getting yourself a weapon and some food right now, just to fill the rest of the slots up. So get a weapon, and then just fill the rest of the slots up with food, and maybe 1 prayer potion as well. And make sure you're on the standard spellbook, not ancient or lunars or anything like that, standard spellbook. Okay, so to start the quest on your Draken's Medallion, choose the second option, Ver Sinhaza, and that will take you here to the Theatre of Blood and super close to the start of the quest. And over here you can see the Leaf Hurts. You want to talk to him. Select option 1. And you've now started the quest. Just to the east, you want to go into the church and talk to Halmlum the Jester. Select option 1. And then select option 1 again. Now we want to exit the church west and go to the pub and find a man named Carl. There he is behind the bar. Select option 4. Then select option 2. After that, inspect the barrel around the back of the pub. This should trigger a cutscene. And there we go. After the cutscene, you will now be on the docks, and we need to stay away from Carl. He can't see us, so we need to stand behind buildings and objects so that he can't get us. But just follow what I do, and we'll keep you safe from Carl. Also, make sure you don't wait too long, because if you go out of distance from him, you will also count as failing the mission. And there we go. Should now see a cutscene where we follow him down. After the cutscene, you will then be attacked by Croy, which is going to protect from melee, and then you're going to attack down, use your food, use your prayer pots as you need to. Flick piety as well, that'd be a good idea. And honestly, if you're a decently high level, this really isn't going to be too much of an issue. There we go. Now destroy the table to the left. And destroy the table to the right. Go to the gate south. And now just go north and report what you've done to Valif. Choose option 1. Now get to any fairy ring you have access to. I have one in my house, so I'm going to use that, but you could use the one by the GE, etc, etc. It really doesn't matter. Use the code CKS to get us to Canifis. And then we're just going to go northwest here, down through the trapjaw. You'll now see Valif here, and we're going to talk to him, and he should now have a conversation between Driesel, yourself, and him. Choose option 1. And then leave the way we came. We're now going to run over to Frankenstein's castle. And just south of Frankenstein's castle, you should see Ivan. And a cutscene should now appear. Okay, after that cutscene is done, you're going to want to teleport to your house or teleport anywhere you have access to a fairy ring, because we're going to go back to CKS. From the fairy ring, just go north and talk to Ivan. And we are going to go off and do a little mini game here, which is going to be pretty simple. Okay, so you want to use your knife on the swamp tree here. And you want to keep doing that until you have 3 of these green vine things. Use the vines together to make a rope, and then use the rope on the long tree branch. And that should allow you to swing over the other side. Click it, and boom, over you go. Click continue path up north, and you are now going to have to fight. So equip your items and all that stuff you need. And we're going to put on protect from melee. And you don't want to let Ivan die, but this should be pretty simple. They aren't going to do too much damage, and he has quite a lot of HP as well. So just focus on the ones that are aggroing him, just to make sure he isn't going to die. After you've killed all 3, again, click north and you'll see the continue path option. Click yes. And here you'll see we can chop some trees down. Now remember, you should have brought an axe. If you've forgotten your axe, you can kill the zombie and it will drop a bronze axe. So I'm not sure if it's a 100% chance of dropping a bronze axe, but it definitely does. So just keep giving that a go. Use your logs on the broken bridge. And now click it and you should be able to cross the bridge. Again, click north. In the next area, we will need the Evander's Flail on, and we'll also be using Protect from Melee. So get that ready. Chuck Protect from Melee up. And when they are at 50% HP, you can then use the special attack, which will help you get these kills a bit quicker and stop taking damage. After he is dead, keep going north and we should be able to click out and continue going up. Yes, I want to continue. We should now be at Burda Rot, and we have Ivan here. Now we want to go south. And if you need to resupply on some food or some prayer pots, stamina pots, all that good stuff, then use the bank here to get yourself anything you need, but it's just going to be food. We're going to want to keep every single item that we started with in our inventory. Come down to the boat where Ivan is. Talk to Hertz. And they then should have a conversation between each other. talk to Ivan, and then board the boat. And we want to go to the graveyard, second option. Click to continue and just go through this dialogue. And you will now see a cutscene. Okay, after going through all the dialogue, you want to click the door here, and you will then get this puzzle up. Right, guys, so I'm voicing this over after doing the quest. This wasn't that hard, and I did it without the helper, but I'll link a Karakusi solver helper in the description, and that will explain to you exactly how to do this if you don't want to work it out yourself. You've effectively got to get the numbers to add up to the right and the bottom columns, but if you don't want to work that out, then just click the link in the description, and that's a page that will tell you how to solve these. It's also totally different for every account, so I can't actually show you how I did it, or you can't ask a friend or anything, so you have to work it out yourself. I'm an idiot, and it took me 5 minutes, guys. Hopefully I explained it well enough, but yeah, it's really not that difficult. And you should be returned to this area. Speak to the Draken here, and she will then tell us to talk to a load of people in a certain order, so make sure you do it in this order. Just follow what I do. Kale is the first one. Vertida is the second one. Mafia is the third one. Rajadad is the fourth one. Ivan is the fifth. And Valif is the sixth. Talk to the Draken. Talk to Paul Maffey. And then talk to the Leaf Hertz again. And you should get a cutscene. After speaking to all of that and reading all of that dialogue, go back to the boat and board it, and we are going to go to Meridic. And then we're just going to follow the agility path. If you get caught, which it looks like I'm about to, by one of these guards, don't worry. You're good. There we go. Follow the agility course. If you're on Runelight, you should have all of the green tiles marking it and making it super easy to see where you need to go. If not, then follow what I click on, I guess. We're going to have to do the agility course that we did loads of times in the previous quests to get to this quest. So you guys know it. It's slightly annoying. As I was saying earlier, if you do get caught, just say, have a bite. First option. And they will just take a little bite out of you. Have a little sip of the old blood, and you'll take a little bit of damage, but nothing too crazy. You're going to want to go north. Climb up this ladder. And again, as I say, if you're on Runelight, you will see the green tiles. If you're not, then just follow what I do. With the floorboards, make sure you click on the one you're meant to jump to, not the one you're going to be on. Click the one you're jumping to, because that's how that works for some reason. Follow the path I take. Crawl under the wall. Walk across the floor. Climb down the stairs. Climb into the trapdoor. Climb the shelf. Crawl under the wall. Jump the floorboards. And climb down the ladder. Open the door. Go into this room and up the ladder. Jump the floorboards. Climb the shelf. Climb up the ladder. Jump the floorboards. Climb down the ladder. Walk across the washing line. Climb down the ladder. Walk across the floorboards. Climb up the shelf. Climb down the shelf. Jump across the floorboards. Jump across the next floorboards. And why not do it 3 times? Click another floorboards. Down the ladder. And you'll now be in this room. Go out of the door and go north. You can also choose option 3 when these guys decide to stop you, and you can choose to fight them, and all you can do is then just run as soon as they start initiating the battle. Just literally run and take your chances that they'll hit a 0, just like they did there. So once you walked out north and went through this door, then go through another door just here. Go north and you should see like a question mark, sickle sort of logo. At this logo, go east. Once you run east from the sickle logo, open this door, open the next door, and then keep going north. And you should see a gold door northish. There it is. So we're going to walk through the slashed tapestry here. After opening this door. Thank you, kind sir. Walk through. And then just go east here and down the staircase to the hideout that we went to many times in the previous quests. Talk to Saphalon. And click through all the dialogue. Select option 1. And you should get a cutscene. Equipped your melee and attack the Bloodveld, using Protect from melee and the prayer pots if you brought them, just to make sure you're not going to take any damage here, or use the food you brought earlier. You should now be able to talk to Safalon. Click through the dialogue. After speaking to him, go west and you'll have to search the bookcases here. And you should find yourself a book. There we go. We're going to talk to him again and give him this book. And there we go. Sure, here you go. Now, if you have the Morytania legs, just use them to get to Bird of Rot. If you don't, we're going to use the Shades of Morton teleport, and that is going to give us a fairly decent way of getting there. From here, you're going to want to run south to Bird of Rot. And then go down to the boatyard and go to the graveyard again through the boat. Board the boat. And select option 2 for the graveyard. Go east and talk to Safalon. And then we're going to go back to the boat and we need to grab ourselves the Vile Watch outfit. So if you already have it, you don't need to buy it, but we are going to go ahead and buy it. Go to the second option, Meredic. Insert comment about me calling it Dick. Go for it, B's and G's. Go for it. Follow the agility path as we did before. We are now going to go north. And we need to trade Sven for the outfit. So let's go in here. Trade. And we need to buy the top, the legs, and the shoes. After buying the disguise, just go slightly north. Open this door, and then there should be a trap door that you should be able to jump on down into. Climb it. And speak to Polmathi. Here you go. And now we need to return to the graveyard. Again, if you have the Morytania legs, I would use them. It's probably going to be quicker. For us, we are going to just hop on back and use the boat there. Go back east and talk to the Draken. And now we're going to use the medallion and go to Verschinza again. We are now going to need to fight another boss, so we have the bank just here, and we're going to get ready for that. I fucked up here and brought a rapier, no need, just bring the Evander's flail, and bring your best melee gear, and then some food and prayer pots. Make sure you haven't banked anything that we started the quest with. The whole point in having all of this was to never change anything, just getting ourselves the prayer pots and food in the empty inventory slots, but make sure you have everything from the start. I've also totally ditched the Graceful. We're not going to be using that for the rest of the quest, so you can happily bank that and wear your best melee gear. Another option is to go for prayer gear if you're slightly lower level and you just want to be having your protection prayers on for longer. We are now going to talk to Hertz. And select option 1. We're now going to protect from Mage. And we're going to be taking on Damien here. And he's just going to start killing people for literally no reason. Although I think the reason was to make himself a bit more powerful. So, you know, fair play, Damien. Protect from Mage. Chuck on Piety, if you have it, and this should be a pretty simple fight. Don't forget to chuck on your Evander's Flail as well, because that's probably going to help. And remember to drink your antidote as well, so the poison doesn't mess you up. Let's see if the spec works against him. Yeah, okay, so the spec doesn't work against Damien, so don't bother even trying to use that, guys. Start to stamp out the magical fire so that you can actually continue to do damage against him. Make sure to talk to Hertz and go through all of the options, because I believe if you don't choose one of them, then you won't actually be able to progress any further in the quest. If we go downstairs and climb down the trapdoor, I still have 5 minutes before I can use the Shades of Morton teleport, so if yours is back, use that. I'm going to quickly go to the GE and buy a Morton teleport. It's just going to save me a little bit of time here. If you do have the Morytania legs, just use those to get to Bird of Rot. If you do what I'm doing, then go to the Grand Exchange, type in Morton, and you want to buy one of these Morton teleports. Then just click it, and we'll be taken to where we need to go. Go south and back to Bird of Rot. Board the boat and go to the graveyard. And you hate to see a team rog there. Go east and talk to the Draken again. We now need to go back to the boat, and we are going to do the whole agility course over in Meredic again. So let's go ahead and do that. Select option 2. We are going to want to go north now. And then west, and you'll see this ladder here. Jump the floorboards, and we're going to go through this. Now open the door, and we're going to want to keep going north now. Go up here, through this door, through the next door, and just keep going north until we find a crack in the wall. And here we are at the cracked wall. Put on your disguise and enter the crack in the wall. This is your first time in Darkmeyer. We are now going to have to run round to this entrance so that we can get in there. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to open the large door. Continue through this dialogue. And then we're going to run back the way we came. Then, as we're coming south, we are just going to go east here and talk to Mordan and skip through this dialogue. For reference where we are, we're just here, guys. That's the entrance of where the cracked wall was. We're just north and then slightly east of that. Then we're going to go north from here. And then go west. And then speak to Maria, who is behind the jail cell. This should prompt a cutscene. And now we have access to that room that we tried to get access to earlier and weren't allowed. So go northwest and then go south. Then east and open the large door. Click to continue and go through this dialogue, and we should now be allowed to go through. Click these shelves, and you should then get an old note. Read that old note, and you need to just find where it says how many gallons of water you need. This is different for every account, so mine says 26 here. We're now going to turn the valve. So for the north valve, each number adds 7 on top. So if you set your north valve to 1, it's worth 7 gallons of water, 2, 14 gallons. So you've got to do the maths here. I had to make 26 gallons, so I'm going to choose option 2 for 14 gallons. And then the south valve goes up in 4s, so I'm going to choose option 3 for 12. 12 and 14 equals 26. Simple as that. We need 8 logs, so I'm going to go ahead and drop my manta rays. And I'm going to drop the old note as well. After getting ourselves 8 logs, we need to go back to the graveyard. I'm going to use the Shades of Morton teleport. If you have the Morytania legs again, use those. And if you don't have this back or the Morytania legs, then go and buy another Morton teleport, and that will take you to where we're going. Going to go south from here. And then just go east and talk to the Draken again. We're now going to go back to Meredic. We're now going to go north from here. And down the trapdoor. Talk to Vertida. And you will give him the logs. I chopped 9 because I can't do simple maths. Then just north of us, we want to search this crate. Use your ruby on there. Click yes. Then make sure you're on the standard spellbook, which I'm not, so BRB. Cast enchant on your sickle. Then use the scythe on the log. I wasn't wrong. I thought it was 8. Use this now on your Evander's flail, and you should now have your upgraded blisterwood flail. Now we're going to go upstairs. Again, if you have Morytania legs, just go back to Bird of Rot. We are going to go the slower way here, and we are going to get ourselves back to the graveyard now, the way we came. Go northeast again and speak to the Draken. And then after you're done talking with them, go north, and we have to have some dialogue up here. Talk to Saffalon. Click through all of this dialogue, and then we are going to teleport to a bank. Do not click you're ready. We have to get ready for this fight. Now, you might want to go to the Grand Exchange and buy a few things, or maybe you have them in your bank already, but I'm going to explain what you're going to need for this boss fight. You can go to any bank, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is the setup we're going to be going for. You're going to want a D-hide. Black D-hide would be the cheapest and easiest, to be honest. If you can't wear black D-hide, green or red would work as well. I've gone with the Bandos just because it gives a bit of prayer bonus, but that's not super necessary. Another thing that isn't super necessary is a blessing, but it is just going to give you a bit more prayer bonus. And then everything else you want to wear is just the best stuff you've got to make your melee hits more accurate. I'm going with Barrow's Gloves, Prims, the Brimstone Ring, Fire Cape, a Torture, and the Nate is Not face guard. You can wear the Helmet Nate is Not, a Fury, Berserker Ring, Dragon Boots, etc. Just degrade where you need to go, but this is pretty much going to be your best setup for what we're about to do. Also, bring a blowpipe, make sure it's charged. I'm going to do that just now. Yes, mine's absolutely fine because that is going to be useful for the boss. Then we're going to bring a super combat, a ranging potion, some restore potions. I'm going with 6 here, 10 brews, and the rest anglerfishes is what I'm going with. And make sure you are using the upgraded Evander's Flail. It is the only weapon that will do damage. Make sure you turn auto retaliate off, and then we are going to send it over with our Shades of Morton teleport back to the graveyard. So again, Morytania legs, use them if you have them. But yeah, we're going to be using the Shades of Morton teleport. Then we're going to go south and back to the boat so we can head over to the graveyard. And then just go northeast and talk to Saffalon, and we are about to take on the final boss and finish this quest. Before we finish this quest, guys, I feel like I've done a pretty good job here. I don't normally do guides. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, I really would appreciate taking the time right now to do it. Because after we've done this, we're done, and then we'll part ways, and you might never hear me ever again. Or maybe you watch the PvPs and you see me every Thursday, which would probably be a bit too much link, to be honest. But anyway, like and subscribe if you haven't, guys. Let's get into this, and I'll explain the boss as we do it. As soon as we get in there, I am going to drop an anglerfish, so we are just actually going to move those that way. I'm ready. Let's go in. And we're going to throw up a Protect from Mage straight away, guys. And you want to keep your health above 70 just to be absolutely safe. There's a few special things that go on during the fight. I will explain them as they happen. But rule of thumb, stay away from anything that pops up, okay? That's pretty much it. Just stay away. Okay, so while you're watching the cutscene, I've skipped ahead just a little bit so you can see some of the fight while you're watching the cutscene. So watch for now, and then when you're about to go in, you'll know exactly what's about to happen. Okay, so if you see a black circle underneath you, just move away from it. Make sure to drink your pots as well, because you'll probably forget that during the fight. And as soon as he says, my beast will feast on your corpse, that's when you want to take out your toxic blowpipe and just attack the little blood veil pet that comes along with that saying. And do not get near this red orb. It is going to continuously hurt you while it's around, but as long as you don't get too close to it, it won't do too much damage. Stay above 70 HP just to keep yourself super safe. Stay away from that black thing. And the orb just disappears on its own. He's just said the feast bit. Just attack it. And there we go. Now probably isn't too bad of a time to brew up as well, guys, because in the next phase you probably won't really have the time to be able to do it. So now is a really, really good time to do that. So get yourself back up to full, repot, and then when we get to the second phase, it is going to be more just sort of avoiding things rather than actual doing anything. When he says this step into darkness, you want to move as well, because you can take a lot of damage, just like I did there. But as long as you stay over that 70 HP, you should be absolutely fine. Get yourself up to full health before the end of this. And here we go. He's now going to start spawning these dark sort of portals. If one is underneath you, you want to move. Do not allow one to be underneath you like that, because it will cause considerable amounts of damage. You can have them next to you or directly behind you or whatever. Just as long as they're not underneath you, you are absolutely fine. But they will take some serious damage, so really be careful. You want to stay at high health as well, so after one has just spawned, I would eat. But always making sure that you are not going to get one, because they do deal about 40 plus damage, I believe. But it's as easy as just making sure you don't stand on one, really. He will keep doing damage to you throughout this whole phase, so just make sure you keep your health high, because it could end in tears if you don't, but it looks like we're going to be fine here. Probably would help if I had my prayers on. And there we go. I totally fucked that last bit up, but you get the point. You just got to see what not to do. Make sure you have your prayers on, because otherwise you're going to take so much damage. Click through the dialogue, and this should be quest completed, guys. There we go. You're rewarded with 2 quest points, access to darkmeyer, a tome of experience, access to blisterwood weaponry. The Draken's medallion now teleports us to darkmeyer, and if you don't have any inventory space in your inventory after completing the quest, then you just talk to the Leaf Hertz in Slep, and he will give you your tomes of experience. Mine are going to be going into runecrafting. I've been Linksock Arena, guys. Thank you very much for watching this quest guide. I hope it helped, and this is going to be a runecrafting level coming in. Amazing. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will catch you in the next one.